Hey guys, welcome to the Toilet Battle series, and today we have a 2003 elongated Kohler Wellworth Ingenium versus my round beige 2005 Kohler Wellworth Ingenium. Let's see how it does on tests and see which one compares to see which one's better. On the tank, the fill valve is replacement. The handle's original. I put a green flapper in there that looks identical to the original, even though it's not. But this is the closest one I get with a float ball on it. That is it for the elongated Ingenium. On a tank for the round Ingenium, the fill valve is original. The handle looks original, but it is not, because I had my spare handle like this because the original one broke. But this handle is identical. And the flapper is original with the float on it. Alright, let's see how it flushes on both toilets and see which one you like better. Well, both of them have nice flushes. Let's see how it does on tests. For the first test, let's try 4 paper towels. Well, please do not try this at home with this inside toilets because it can clog your pipes, sewer, and it can mess up your plumbing. Anyways, let's see how this does. Looks like it took it. Let's see how the 2005 Ingenium does. Well, both toilets took it, which means I'm gonna go double up to 8. Here's 8 paper towels. That's double than 4. I think this might clog, but I'm gonna guess the other round Ingenium might take it, but with struggle. Nope, it clogged. Still clogged. So that definitely failed that. Here's 8 paper towels, but despite the low water level in the bowl, yep, I was right. The elongated Ingenium clogged, and the round bowl Ingenium took it with just a little bit of struggle. So the round bowl Ingenium wins that test. Glove test. Let's see which toilets can take it. It's either going to be one toilet or the other. It's going to be both that clog, or if it passes. Let's see how it does. looks like it took it from the toilet, but it looks like it's stuck in the pipes. I'm gonna give it a second flush to see if it still is in the toilet or in the pipes. Well, okay, as you saw at the second flush, looks like it did not clog, which means it took it from the first flush. So, yeah, now let's try the round Ingenium. Looks like it's stuck in the toilet, but just to be fair, I think it just bunched up in there like a ball. So, after the tank is full, I'm going to give it a second flush to see if it unclogs itself. Flush 2. So, it did take 2 or 3 flushes. For only 1 flush on the elongated Wellworth Ingenium, I'm going to give the win on that. Now to the next test. Bowl rinse / clearance test. Do keep in mind, these flappers have a flow on it, and I set it to the same exact setting as the original Ingenium from 2005. They're both set to the same setting, so it can close at the same speed as it would originally do, so it can have an accurate result of bowl rinse. Anyway, let's see which one does better on the bowl rinse. It did leave some floaters, or left that on the side, and some right here, and one at the back. But otherwise, I think it did pretty good. Now let's see how the other Ingenium does on it. See if it does better. Looks like it did leave a bit less than the elongated one. See how the bowl rinse is. It left that spot here. But overall, it did really good. I'm gonna go win for the round Ingenium for a bowl rinse / clearance test. I'll be back for the next test after I clean these toilets up. Grocery bag and microfiber rag test together on both toilets. See which one does better. It did get past the opening, and it is clogged around here where the trapway gets smaller and restrictive. And for bigger tests like grocery bag and microfiber towel, which I'm not going to do, because if I plunge it, it's going to make it very hard to get out. But let's see how it does on a second flush. Flush 2. Let's see if it unclogs itself. I was so close to giving that old hand plunger. Anyway, it did okay. It did unclog itself at least. Looks like it took it without a struggle. Don't mind that gurgle because As you can see right here, it's trying to come out of the pipes. Well, the round Ingenium wins on that test. Garbage bag test. I remember I did to some of my few toilet battles like 2 years ago or so with my 1998 Wellworth Ingenium versus the 2003 Briggs Ultima, and I also did that to the Kohler Cimarron Class 5 versus the Aquasource Henshaw. But this time, we're going to do it on the 2003 Elongated Ingenium versus my 2005 Beige Round Ingenium, and see which one does better. Yeah, looks like it balled up. So, this did bad. Looks like it did the same, except if not a little bit better. So, both toilets failed that. Swim shirt test. Do keep in mind, this is not blood. This is just a swim shirt. Let's see how it does. Well, it did take it in one flush. Nice. Also took it. Wow. I was not expecting that. Both toilets did good. 8 strips of thick fabric. It's been a while since I've done this test. Let's see how it does. I thought it was going to clog, but I guess it took it. Let's see how the round Ingenium does. Also took it. This is 8 toilet paper plastic wrappers and 8 strips of thick fabric. This is gonna be clogging both toilets, but who knows, maybe one of them will pass or both of them will clog. Looks like it was trying. It got most of it, but it's clogged. And looks like it's slowly draining. Well, after the tank is full, which it won't take long, I'm gonna give it a second flush, just to see if it unclogs itself. It only took 10 seconds to fill up the tank. Flush 2. And that is holding down the handle. So that failed that. Now let's try the 2005 round Ingenium to see if it takes all of it or if it clogs just like this one. looks like it did the same thing to my 2003 elongated Kohler Wellworth Ingenium, except if not better. Well, as you saw the gurgle, again, just like the other toilet, I'm going to give it a second flush after the tank is full. Flush 2. I don't think it's going anywhere. After I unclogged it, it got stuck in the pipes. Well, both toilets failed. But it was pretty satisfying how, as I unclogged this toilet right here, and it got stuck in the pipes, and both toilets were gurgling, that means it was like clogged in the pipes, which is hilarious and funny. Here is one last test for the video. Blocked siphon jet test. Let's see which one siphons faster. Kohler Wellworth Ingenium toilets known to have very good siphon power, which is one thing I like about these toilets. I think this round bowl Ingenium siphoned a little bit faster than this one. So that means I'm going to give a win to this toilet. Overall, I'd say the elongated Ingenium has a cool flush, which I like these flushes. But the round bowl Ingenium has a better performance and a better flush as well. So, yeah. I might even do this toilet versus the Highline Class 5 in the next video. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and comment and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye.